this is the second one. I'll put times, future Deb remembers. I'll put times on here at the very beginning so you can see the different ones, and I'll show the different ones available, and then I'll have times on there so you can go to that time if that's the version you want. Okay, so I hope I remember that. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do one that makes use of this crisscross pattern, because it's a really pretty pattern and it's really nice to display. I mean, it looks kind of classy and everything. Make sure these are even. You can kind of mess around with the wire, the shape of it, until you have it like you want it. This one's, yeah, okay. So make sure that you've got it like you want it. Make sure you've got, see, this one's not correct because I've got two in the wrong place. So I need to, this one has to go in between. Okay, now we have them where they're every other one. Okay, so that's what we're going to work with, and we're going to kind of maintain that, although not quite that big. And we're going to do a similar thing that we did before. Find the one that's on top. This time it's the one going this direction. I don't know why, it just did. Okay, I'm going to pull it a little bit, and then hold this kind of tight. I'm going to pull it around this way. All right, and before I do anything else to it, I'm going to do the same on the other side. It does help when you do one from each side. So that was the first one. Now we're going to do the one coming, that was the one coming from this direction. We're going to do the one coming from this direction, the top one. Hold it and pull it around. Okay? Now, on the back, we're going to cut this fairly short, not too short. I'm going to give it just a little bit more than that. There. Again, these can be used for all different kinds of things, so don't throw them away. Okay. And then this little tail, see, that's about all the more we have. It's enough to grab it. But we want to hold this, we want to pull this kind of down, snug it down a little bit. Okay? So we snugged it down a little bit. You can do it like this, but I'm afraid, for me, I am afraid I'll scratch it when I do that. So we just want it going down more. And when you bend it in like that, it keeps it from being snaggy. It won't snag. Okay? So I'm hoping I'm giving you all the angles you need to see what I just did. Okay, now we're going to do the second one. The one on the other side. Okay? We want it out as far as we can, and we want to keep this as even as we can. So we're going to snip it here. You can, by the way, I can always snip them more. You can only take, you know, you can always take off more. You can't add things on. So make sure that you can be a little one does have a little bit of scratchy. There we go. I think I got it taken care of. I may have to do this one a little bit more. Like I said, you can always take off more. You just can't add it on, so be careful. All right? Now, we've got those. The next one, we want to make sure we get these next two. Okay, hold that and then bend it over, because if you hold it, you have less of a tendency to bend the wires. Okay, and then we'll take this one and we want it as well. Now, get our little snippies in there. If you notice on these, you see how it's a flush cutter on this side pretty much. not exactly. They were fairly cheap, and I think there's a reason. But see, it's pretty flat over on this side. But this side, when I cut it, it's going to come down to like a point. So when I try to do the finishing pieces, I try to make sure that I've got the flush side toward the piece. So this side, like right here, will be the scrap that I have. Okay, because that way I have, and I can work with those later. But this way it'll be less, see, I almost did it wrong, less pokey. Okay, a lot less pokey. All right, pull this in. And the trick is to do this without bending too much of your base wires that are around there. Now this one will go just a little bit. Well, you'll see we can make them go a little bit more. And so there we have more of that. We have it kind of looking out. See, this one is really too long because it's like, it's really, really too long. It's like right there. Way too long. So I just go in and I snip it again. I do it like that so it doesn't fly off and hit me. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've got that. Now we've got to do something with these top ones. Let's go ahead and we want to be careful that we don't, see, this one's just not down enough yet. Wire does take a little bit of tweaking, and again, if I were more confident, there is some stuff you can get that's called tool magic that you can put on your tools, or you can use a piece of tape to put on your tools so it'll keep you from scratching their wire. But anyway, all right, now we've got these two coming up. At this point, we're going to give them a bit of a bend so they go up a little straighter. This one, we're going to bend him here. Okay. A little bit of a bend. By the way, if you have more wires, base wires, then this pattern, you know, you can make it a lot more elaborate too. So that's a nice thing about it. All right. Now, what we're going to do this time, I told you I was going to do different ways. Okay, what we're going to do this time is we're going to take this. Well, first of all, we're going to bend them. We're just going to bend them this way. Both of them together to the front. Okay? So you end up looking kind of like this. Then go right above it and give it, you know, a fairly big piece. This is going to be our bail. We're going to come around like this. Just pull them around until you get them like this. Okay? Now, we're going to take this one over here and this one over here. So see, at this point we've got it looking like this. All right? Now, this one we're going to bend around this way. Now I got to tell you, it will get hard. And if it does, and again, if you're using the 18 gauge, it's going to be a lot harder. But it does get a little difficult. You just grab the end, keep pulling it. because you always want to end on the back side. So pull it around to the back side. When you get it solidly in the back, we want to snip that off. I have to take it out because I need to, I need my hands. So, okay. Hang on. Well, I hate to hide it from you, but I'm not hiding, I'm protecting my eyes. Okay? So there, we got it cut off. Alright. So let's squish it down. Okay. And now we've got it looking like this. So let's put this back in. It helps maintain it helps keep things round while you're doing this. Okay, now this time we're going to wrap it around this way. And you may not be able to get around very far, but like that time. When you have this in here, if you need to pull it around further, you can do that with the pliers. I'm not going to go around again because I don't think it'll go around. But if you can go around one more time, that would be really good. But that way it keeps this round while I'm messing with these. It's really easy to see where I'm at. Okay. Again, I don't like those little things flying all over the place. So I have one go in one direction, one go in the other. It would have been better if I'd have had put this one around twice. But I didn't have time. I didn't have enough wire to do that. See, it's starting to distort. So that's why I put it back in. Put it back in if you have to. Make sure this one's just not where it needs to be. Get him in there. He should fit right above. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get him to fit right above. Anyway, I think we got him. And you may have to tweak, like, you may need to go back and tweak one of these because it may be a little too, like, see this top one? That's not good. So, grab it, grab the ending, and pull it around. See, it's probably a good thing I'm doing this when I'm not as skilled as some of these people because I'm going to make a lot of the same mistakes you probably will. So you can see how I fix it. Okay, we've got a little too much extra wire there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that. Oh, wrong one. Bring it back up here. And we got this. So we got that one. This one probably needs to be a little more solid. A little tighter. Push it up a little bit so when you look at it, it's in line with itself. And there we go. Now you can put these, you can spread these apart or you can put them together. This gives the 20 gauge a little more stability. Okay? Alright, that's 2 ways of doing it.